towards the bowler. And he's got it away. That's 100 for Cairns, that's 100 for Crow, and they're onto the ground. Oh no!
There's his century. It's been a very good innings for Australia. Another fine innings from David Boone. Martin Crowe showed us this morning his batsmanship. Reid has hit it in the air. That's the end of the game. That's it. New Zealand has won. A surprise victory here, and 30,000 New Zealand supporters with a fair...
Well, that's a very fine 50 by Robin Smith as he waves to his colleagues in the dressing room. Played some glorious shots as his innings has gone on.
India 2 for 119.
And well taken there by Alex Stewart. So once again, just that little bit of movement off the track has done the job for Ian Botham.
It's a very good wicket for England at this stage. Tendulkar looking very good, played very well again today.
That's very well bowled. Oh, now, and it's all over. Ian Botham doesn't take any chances, runs in, takes the bails off himself. That was a good piece of bowling by Chris Lewis. Banerjee, I think, deciding that he really needed to take the strike, didn't run, and he's been told where he went wrong now by Suhan.
99 not out then. Andy Flower facing Ramanayaka. Field closing in, and there it is. There's the 100 for Andy Flower. Well deserved too. He really has set up this big Zimbabwe total. A marvellous innings from him. Now Jarvis. Ranatunga working it away. Could go to the boundary. It's going to be a bit of a scramble, and it does go to the boundary, and Sri Lanka get the victory in the very last over as Ranatunga fires his bat high in the air, then runs from the field.
Ramiz Raja on strike and on 99. That's his 100, his 6th century. A little slow, I think, when one considers the batting they've got. He's happy about it, whether or not he's scored those runs quickly enough to get his side a victory, time will tell.
Iqbal Sikandar coming in now, the leg spinner from the southern end. And Brian Lara has reached his half-century. A lovely knock. Greg Chappell will expand on that, and in a moment with him will be Tony Gill.
The West Indies' first win of this competition.
So 2 no balls, 2 bouncers finishing the game. And the West Indies have won sweepingly by 10 wickets, even though they have lost Brian Lara, who had to retire hurt with that injury.
And he's got the single here to bring up his 50, Mahanama. He's coming back for 2. It might be tight. Willie Watson a little bit slow in getting it back. So 2 runs to Mahanama, and he brings up his 50s on to 51. Oh, Rutherford goes high, wide, and handsome over mid-wicket for a magnificent 4. That's so easy for his 50. A magnificent strike to complete a very fine innings from Ken Rutherford. His 13th one-day 50, his 3rd in World Cup matches.
1 run required by New Zealand. And Rutherford lifts it, and that is the winning runs, hit by Ken Rutherford. And Rutherford, the man of the match, takes off as a scramble goes on out in the middle. But well batted Ken Rutherford, and New Zealand win their 2nd match.
It's well bowled, close to the stumps, very well bowled. That's brilliant bowling from Alan Donald. He's been bowling about halfway out in the bowling crease. That one, he came in very, very close to the stumps.
Brings up Kepler Vessel's 50. Boundary takes him to 53.
And there it is. Victory by 9 wickets to South Africa in this World Cup match at the Sydney Cricket Ground. A magnificent performance by the South Africans.
The stylish opener then brought up his 100. On the same score, Rycroft was out, giving Akram his 150th one-day victim. Zimbabwe failing in the chase by 53 runs, with Amir Sahal man of the match.
That's it, out caught behind. Big appeal, given out, long as you want to go. Not surprisingly, he's been hit on the toe in one match.
It's the 50 for Graham Gooch. He's done it on many occasions.
2 needed, and there they come off the edge. England have won with an edged 4 by Neil Fairbrother. They wave to their supporters. England with their second victory in 2 matches in the World Cup.
Too expensive. He's chipped away for 4. He's found the next stump and the extra pace. Peter Kirsten brings up a fine 50. In fact, it's a magnificent 50 in the context of the match. He's held South Africa together. He batted very well against Australia at the Sydney Cricket Ground. He's gone on here today. Failed to adapt to these conditions. And that is inexperience. And their fielding too is letting them down. It's not the same as the SCG performance, of course, against the Australians. Everything's gone wrong for South Africa today, except winning the toss. And that's Mark Greybatch's 50. All New Zealand's way.
There it is. New Zealand win by 7 wickets. A magnificent performance at Eden Park in front of a big crowd.
This to bring up his 50.
Man at deep Michael square, can't get that. It's a good shot by Dean Jones. Off the meat of the bat, half century for Jones. Very important innings, not just for the right-hander, but also for Australia.
That's just wide the border. He'll throw up the stumps. He's struggling. He's out. Yes, boy, he does it. A magnificent throw. Mohamed Azharuddin on 93, struggling to make his ground, and Border from side on does it again. All spread out, 4 inside the circle. Here's Tom Moody. He's got it at 6. Could it be? He's coming around Mark Taylor. It's Steve Waugh. He's dropped it. He's got to go back for the third. Come on, run. They're running. It's goal. They win by 1 run. Australia, what a finish. He dropped the catch, but the throw was good enough, and the runner was not fast enough, so India miss out by 1 run to tie.
And that could be out. In fact, it is. Firmly taking the catch at first slip. And Pringle has struck that Pakistan all out for 74.
Well, as we said earlier, Jeffrey, they've sort of created a bit of a precedent here by staying on in the weather. The weather's no worse now than when they bowled the first over, and they really must think long and hard about it. So are they going off? Well, they finally decided to go off. There's a lot of deliberation did that. My goodness me. Took a long time. Great disappointment for England. You see the smile on the Pakistani's face. They're delighted they get a point out of this match.
And he's gone this time. Kept the Vessel's gone.
Another single here for Ranatunga. So Sri Lanka having trouble getting the ball to the fence here. They're picking them up in ones.
Yes, Ranatunga's the man, the key man, and there's his 50. He's brought his 50 up with that single. It's his 20th one-day 50, and what a
marvellous innings.
He's got it away. That's the win for Sri Lanka. Ramanayake comes back for the second run. And in fact, it goes over the boundary. And off the second last ball of the day, Sri Lanka have won it. And boy, are they happy.
Oh, well done, Sri Lanka. All credit to them. They bowled very well this morning. They restricted South Africa. And they came out. They made heavy weather in the early stages of their innings. But Ranatunga turned it round. And in the end, Sri Lanka got through in a real nail-biter here at the Basin Reserve. Thrilling stuff.